Yeah! 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 What's up, YouTube? What's going on, man? Got another update for you. Alright, check it out. Today's update is about the company. Okay? It's about Werner in general. Okay? Check it out. There's a lot of videos on YouTube of a bunch of haters, okay? A bunch of hating ass people. Okay? It's not good, man. When I did all my research before I came here to Werner, I looked up everything on YouTube and everything on the web. There's a lot of videos out there of people complaining and hating on the company. Not very good. Okay, check it out. Like, there's one video, okay, of a guy sitting in his truck, 97 degrees, talking about Werner wants us to die and burn and all that crap, and we can't idle and all that shit. Look, man, you're getting into trucking, okay? You're not getting into, like, beauty school, okay? It's a rough industry. You got to be tough and rough to get into it, okay? You can't be sitting in your truck. Here's my truck at 97 degrees. Werner wants us to burn. Man, they don't want you to burn, but there's rules you got to apply by, okay? 97 degrees, yeah, okay? Yeah, it's hot, dude. What are you going to do? You know what I would do? I'd buy a little fan that they sell at truck stops, okay? And I plan on getting one, you know, and improvise. Get a bag of ice or something and hang it in front of the fan and lay down with, like, no clothes on in your truck and close the curtains and go to bed. Stop complaining, man. And if it's cold out and you can't idle, look, man, get a couple of blankets, man. It ain't that hard. Quit complaining. You're in trucking, okay? There's another one on there about a guy. You type in Werner on YouTube, and it says, Werner is bad. Bro, he goes on about I don't know, man. It's just blah, 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 basically. Here's it in a nutshell. You're getting into trucking, okay? It's a rough industry. Here's how it works, okay? Do your homework before you decide to pick a company, okay? Pick a company in your brain before you go to school, okay? That way, while you're in school, you have all of your bases covered. You've already got a company picked out. Excuse me, and that's one less thing you got to worry about while you're in school. Because if you get your pre-hire paperwork done, like I did beforehand, that's like 50% of the stuff that you don't have to worry about. You graduate school, set up your orientation date, and you're done. Okay? Like I said, if you're thinking about going to Werner, and I highly recommend the company. I haven't had a problem yet. They're great. Okay? A lot of great benefit plans and 401k, retirement, school, all that good stuff. Okay? You need to get on the phone and call Sonia. Okay? That's her name. She's the main lady you need to talk to. I don't know any of the other recruiters, but my recruiter, she was great, okay? Check her out. Sonia, Werner, recruiting, bam. Enough said on that. She's like I said in the last video, she hooks it up, okay? She'll give you everything in a nutshell. She won't be like these other recruiters at Roadmaster and lie to you. Like, yeah, well, yes, I can get you in right now. Leave right now to go to school. It's 3 o'clock in the morning. Yeah, leave right now. You're signed up. And then you get to school, and it's like, oh, by the way, you owe me $50,000. Not really $50,000, but you know. She actually one of the first recruiters that has never lied to me. Everything has been on point so far. And even now, here I am going on my 3rd week. She keeps in touch. She emails me, hey, how's your training going? So that's cool, man. That's called professionalism, and I like that. That goes a long way with me. Let's talk about my trainer, Mr. James Hill. Cool dude, man. Like him a lot. He's really cool. He's not like all these other, you hear horror stories about trainers, okay? This guy right here takes care of me, He makes sure that I'm doing what I'm supposed to be doing. If I forget something, he'll be like, hey, you forgetting something? And I'll be like, oh, yeah. Gotta set my macro 3. Bam. He's not one of these trainers that just sleep in the bunk and let me drive. He's actually up there doing what he's supposed to do, making sure everything is done right. And I like him a lot for that. He's really cool, man. My trainer is awesome. Okay, enough said about that, So, I haven't had any problems yet, knock on wood. I haven't had no issues. And, so with all that being said, I said, look, James, give me a horror story, man. Give me something to tell these people to find out about this company. So he's like, okay, cool, I'll give you a horror story. He had a situation with his family where he needed to get home. And he kept reminding his dispatcher. His dispatcher dropped the ball. And so he said, okay, I'm going to use my chain of command. Used his chain of command, and long story short, he ended up getting home. The company paid for him to get home. he got home for his family for whatever they needed to have done, and that's it. And it was done. And he still had his job and everything. Okay, cool. See, that's what I like about the company, because if they can figure it out and you let them know in advance, you're good to go. If, God forbid, you got an emergency, you got to get home, they'll still figure it out. You know, they'll figure it out as best as possible. You know, they're not just going to be like, sorry, you know, but it may take a couple of minutes, you know, a day or two to figure it out, you know, but it's not like, hey, I'm leaving right now, I'm dropping my truck off at this truck stop, I'm going home. Don't do that. You'll be blackballed, you know, you won't be able to get a job anywhere else in the trucking industry, you know. Take a deep breath, figure out what you got to figure out, talk to your people, talk to your chain of command, get it done, and I'm sure that if you work with them, they'll work with you. That's why I like Werner so much, okay? My trainer's awesome. Like I said, it's exactly... Now, I'm sure there's going to be people out there that don't get along with their trainer, but the cool thing about Werner is if you don't like your trainer, cool, hey, it ain't working out, I get to pick another trainer. Thankfully for me, I haven't had any issues. So, that's good. That's real good. Real good. Yeah. What else? So when I get done my training, I'm gonna get my own truck and all that other good stuff, and that's where I'm gonna start posting videos about how to do a pre-trip, how to do everything you need to know, so that way when you get ready to go to Roadmaster or whatever school you're gonna go to, you know exactly what you need to know how to pass the test, or if you ever get pulled over by DOT or whatever, you know you know exactly what you need to know and be prepared for. Last but not least, I want to give a big shout out to my family back at home. My wife and my kid, they're great. You know, without them, I would not be able to do this right now without their support. You see, because you need a support foundation in order to do this if you're married and you got kids. If you don't have the support foundation, please don't get into trucking. It will not be good for you. You know, like I said, you know, the cool thing about my situation is and my trainer, you know, every Monday he has to do his Monday stop is down where I live. So he was like, hey, you know what? Call up your wife and tell her to come meet you down at our first stop. Hang out with the wife and kid for a little while instead of sitting in the truck all day. I'm like, hey, really? He's like, yeah, really. I'm like, cool. So, you know, I got lucky with that. You know, I get to see my wife and kid, you know, when we go down to where our first stop is. Really nice, man. Trainer's down to earth. You know, I wasn't... That's awesome. I'm at a loss of words on that one. But, it's really not that bad, guys. So stop complaining about Werner. Stop complaining about all these different companies and everything out there. Every company's going to have something. You know, there's going to be one person to spoil, you know, for the whole bunch, okay? You know, I hate it when people get on YouTube and get on the internet when they have something bad happen. You know, oh, they suck, don't go with them, they're horrible, they're the worst. Look, man, it's up to you. If you need something, and you know, you got to get something done, you need to stay on top of your stuff. And if you do that, I'm sure the company will work with you. If you screw up, that's on you, bro. Don't get into trucking if you can't handle it. It's a rough industry. But I did it because there's not a lot of jobs out there right now that are going to provide health benefits and all this other stuff. Man, I got my health benefits 30 days after I started with the company. What other company is going to do that besides the military? I don't know of any that will right now. Most companies, you got to be like 90 days, and then you got to pay a butt ton of money. And the Werner benefits aren't even that much money. It's not that bad. It's benefits. That's what matters the most, okay? You got a family. You got to have benefits. So, for all you haters out there, quit hating. You know, quit hating, man. Seriously. It's not that bad. Company's great. It is great. It's really, it's what you make of it in a nutshell. And I'm making it a good thing, okay? Because I plan on sticking in it for the long haul. Because this is what I need for my family, so I need to make it work. And actually, I like it, so that's good for me. So, yeah, second week of training is done. Going on third week, curfew should be lifted, so I can drive in between midnight and 6 a.m., so I should really be able to crank out them hours. It's really that, you know, so like I said, once I get my own truck, I'm going to go over pre-trips and all that good stuff. I'm going to go over all that other good stuff. And, you know, another thing, like, just to touch back on that video I was talking about with the guy with can't idle, it's 97 degrees in my truck. Look, man, if you don't have an APU and you can't idle, just make it work, okay? Sleep naked with a fan on. Make it work. It ain't that bad. Drink lots of water. It ain't that bad. I was in the military. I was in Africa for a year in 160-degree weather with all my gear on in the desert, full battle rattle, okay, and we had to make it work. So, make it work, okay? It's a job. If you don't like it, then quit. Simple, but don't complain about it. Oh, man, people make it hard for everybody else. Anyway, that's about it, ladies and gentlemen. I want you to keep subscribing and keep on watching. Tell everybody else to watch my videos. I'm a pretty funny guy, I think. I don't know. You let me know. I try to keep you entertained. You know what I'm saying? You know what I'm saying? Alright. I don't know. Am I missing anything? I can't think. I think I got everything covered. So yeah. That's about it. Yeah. My next video is going to be on what to bring when you go to training. So stay tuned for that. Do that real quick too. Be easy. Be breezy. Holla! Ah!